carbs and processed foods for your active individuals, board riders, surfers, skaters, snowboarders. What's the go there? Processed foods often go, no, don't have processed foods. We've got to have all the clean whole foods. So let's what's the go here?
Oh, I love this question. So, well, first thing is, what is a processed food? Pretty much everything is processed. It's a spectrum. So, we just want to lay that out there. Secondly, being processed does not mean bad, even for just non-athlete general health. For example, GMOs. GMOs are not bad. Okay, GMOs have made our food better. They've solved an issue with our food supply. So don't automatically say, oh, it's GMO, it's bad. Then we've also got things like food fortification. For example, in Australia, they add iodized salt to bread because, iodine is something that the government has obviously deemed to be potentially deficient. And then you've got cereals that have iron added to them, which are fantastic for vegans who don't consume red meat. So a lot of instances where food processing is a really good thing. But it's also a good idea to go on the side of a mostly unprocessed or lesser processed diet. But then if we are an athlete, a high energy demand surfer who is surfing a lot, burning a lot of calories, it's typically speaking, your processed foods are going to have less fiber and they're going to be more easily digested because they place less of a burden on the gut. The gut has to do less to get them ready for the bloodstream.
Interesting.
Right. So if you need to consume a lot of calories, if you need to consume a lot of calories quickly, if you need to consume those calories quickly in a comfortable way because you're just about to jump in the water soon, but you need to fuel up, but you don't want to impact your comfort, then consuming a amount of processed foods on top of a foundation of whole foods. So your diet for everyone, the common trait of a health-seeking diet is that there is a foundation of whole foods. But if you have more calories to eat, you don't have more whole foods. You keep the whole food content constant across the board. And if you need more calories, you get it through your processed foods. There's not going to be a difference to health. In fact, it's going to be a better thing because you're actually going to be eating enough calories, which, as I said before, is very consequential for when you don't do that, which is a real risk for high energy demand athletes, not your everyday people who probably need to consume less calories, but different situation, different tool for a different job. If you are a high energy demand athlete and you're, big swell competition, it's the sports drinks. Yes, it's the Cocoa Pops. Yes, it's the Bakari Sweat drinks. You might even have energy gels and things like that if you really wanted to get serious. Because think about it, like let's say let's put yourself in, you're in the mentalities, you're surfing all day. It's lunchtime. You want to go out half an hour after lunch. You've got to consume a ton of calories. You're feeling really depleted and just like you need fuel.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to have a massive salad with chickpeas and all this fiber and food volume? Or are you going to prefer to just have like, a couple of crackers, sugary crackers with, a bang chocolate and a bloody Bakari Sweat sports drink to get the carbs in? It's going to sit much better. It's going to provide the fuel, and it's just situationally appropriate.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Situationally appropriate. Yeah, that's probably the main one there for people to, I guess, really understand. When is the appropriate time to go and whack down those processed foods that can easily be uptaken and applied into the activity.
Definitely.
You're not going to go and smash down bunch of hot chips and something else that there's a highly like greasy processed food and then try to go back out again because you're going to be super sluggish.
Big time.
Yeah. So no, that's awesome.